What is up, guys? So today's video is going to be on the Desert Rose soil mix that we use here. This has been a successful mix for myself and my dad. We use this type of mix pretty exclusively. It has been doing very well for our Desert Rose, so I wanted to share with you guys and hope you guys enjoy. So let's get right into the video. Now here's the plant that we're going to repot today. As you can see, there's a seed pod growing. So it's not ideal to repot at this time, but it's so hot outside and it's not getting enough water. So I feel like it's time to repot right now. So I'm going to use this pot. You can see there's tons of drainage holes, which is very important. So make sure you have that in your pot. And this is a good sized pot. It'll last a good while here in this pot. Now it's time for the compost here. I'm going to dump it in the pot, in the bucket here. Next, we're going to dump the pine chunks. So you want to have probably more like 70% of pine chunks, and I'll add more here in a little bit. Next is the perlite. I usually do maybe about 20% or so. And then your all-purpose sand, probably another 15-20%. Now I'm choosing not to put in the peat moss because I feel like it's going to hold enough water at this point here. So it's not necessary to put the peat moss. I'm trying to break up these chunks a little bit. It's a little bit large. I probably should break it up a little bit more, but I think it'll be okay. So mix it up really good. You'll see in a little bit I'm going to add a little bit more pine chunks here, just to ensure that there's really good drainage. So adding a little bit more here. Mixing it up really good. See how you can tell it's going to drain really well. A lot of large chunks. And the compost is where you're going to get most of the nutrients there. And then eventually later, after a few weeks, I'll probably add some fertilizer, some slow release fertilizer. And I'm going to break up the soil a little bit to remove the plant a little bit easier. Remove some of the old soil there. Now I'm not going to mess with the roots too much. I'm not going to really trim it or anything. I didn't want to affect the growth of the seed pod. So essentially I'm just going to clean it up and just repot it like that. Eventually I might go back and then trim the roots. And that's pretty much it. There you have it. Now I'm not going to water it right away. I'll wait maybe a few days. It's supposed to rain here soon, but I'll water it after that. So I wanted to go over each of the media really quickly with you guys. I'm not going to be scientific about it at all. I just wanted to go over the details there, starting with the compost. Compost is necessary for the nutrients. It's not going to provide all the nutrients. You should supplement with liquid fertilizer or the slow release pellet fertilizer, either like a 10-10-10 or 13-13-13. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, or Osmocote is a good brand to use as well, but that's very important. Maybe fertilize every 2 weeks or so. And then moving on to the pine bark chunks, obviously for drainage. Very important for the desert rose. It's a larger media. Water can just flow right through and also provides aeration. Next is the perlite. Perlite, again, for drainage. Smaller media, fits in between the pine bark chunks, but again, very necessary for good drainage there for the media mix. And then the sphagnum peat moss. I didn't use that in the video, as I mentioned. Usually I would use that for younger plants, maybe up to 6 or 8 months old. The younger desert rose need more water and can handle more water without it just completely rotting. And so with the sphagnum peat moss, it holds or retains more water. And so I generally would use that for younger plants. And lastly, the sand. Good for drainage, at the same time good for some water retention as well, but doesn't retain water as long as the sphagnum peat moss. So I feel like that's a really good media to use as well. Maybe 15-20% sand would be good, but a lot of people use sand all over the world as part of the media mix as well. So just wanted to share that with you guys very quickly. That's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and it was educational for you. This has been, again, a successful type of media and soil mix for us. And please comment below. Let me know what you guys use for a soil mix, what has been successful for you. And hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you guys on the next video.